I walk that line of being in two worlds of a fine artist and also someone who still goes out and does work in the streets. That's what keeps me grounded, and that's what keeps me sane. My name's Jeremy Donovan Arviso. I'm Diné, Hopi, Akimel Atam, and Tohono. I am of the Diné, born for Tohono, born for Akimel Atam, Tohono, and Hopi, and I am Kintlachini. I was born in 1978 to a 16-year-old Native American girl right here in Phoenix. Our first home was at a motel at 32nd Street in Van Buren. It's the Phoenix's prostitution quarter. I grew up moving a lot throughout the Southwest. Phoenix, Albuquerque, New Mexico, Salt Lake City, Utah, and all these little small border towns along the Navajo Reservation. Graffiti was always there because I grew up in a neighborhood in central Phoenix where there was a lot of gang activity. What I was more interested in was the vandalism. I was in a rough patch in my early teens where I was self-educating myself about being Native American. And the more I learned and the more I listened, the more angry I got. I started to really rebel. I was doing it in broad daylight. And I was just really going all out. Just being super disrespectful in a lot of ways and very nonchalant about it. And we were doing this wall. I didn't even know it was next to a fire department, but that's where we got caught. My parents took me home, and then I got a airbrush for my birthday that year. And so I started to airbrush my shirt. People would see me at school. Hey, where'd you get your shirt? It's like, oh, I did this at home. Can you do this for me too? It's like, for sure, $25. And that's how I got into fashion. The two worlds that I walk in though are art and design. Art is life to me. I do that because I can and because I want to, and it's how I express myself. For my design world, I focus on brand identity, and then I do fashion design. My fashion design comes from a place of passion. And then there's the show, which in itself is a whole other art form where you're working with human beings, dressing them, styling them, and it becomes more than just art. It becomes moving art. Motorcycles played a big role in my life because my parents were both bikers. I remember riding on the back of them when I was a little boy. And then to be able to ride one and feel it, that's like a whole nother dimension. I never thought that I'd ever get to this point in my life, but here I am, being responsible, being sober, and being in the mind state that I'm in now. I'm able to be one with the motorcycle. And that's, I think, is what every person who rides one wants to feel. The collection not only represents the brand itself, us as a people and a culture, but also their first foray into working with a Native American designer for a capsule collection as such. The pattern that I've created right here, using our arrow symbol, going in different directions, creates this pattern that is going to be used throughout the collection. We've got 4 directions, north, east, south, west, and then we've got the peripheral directions as well. We've got the 4 sacred colors, black, red, yellow, and white. Now those have been used hundreds of years. They all represent different meanings to what region of Turtle Island you're in. A lot of people don't realize that Turtle Island is North America. I didn't want to focus too hard on getting down to the symbology, but make it more of a general reference. What these colors and these directions embody is safety, protection, being on an open road, and and symbolizes the long-lasting attachment with the land. You know, as a motorcycle rider, we're going in all directions. We want that protection, we want that resilience. So what I wanted to imbue with this collection is to give every rider, when they put on these clothing, I want them to have some semblance of protection. And that's what these colors and what these symbols all represent for me. Study of our own Native American history is what keeps me informed about how we should be portrayed today. I take my responsibility very seriously about what I'm putting out there because I'm representing my people. I think that's very important for the younger generation to see somebody who has come from where I've come from, and I want them to know that you can do it too, because they can. I come from the same place they do.